When you see something pretty exciting and no one believes you because you don't have any proof, we got you, buddy. There have been so many moments where if they weren't captured or recorded, nobody would have believed them. We have got you the series of things that happened in real life, no kiddings. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first one on our list is... We've all seen the movie Jaws when we were younger, but on one particular beach, dozens of sharks gathered in a panicked situation with their fins sticking out of the water. According to the experts, this was caused by a massive school of fish that emerged, which in turn attracted a variety of predatory birds, including sharks, seagulls, and pelicans. We can breathe a sigh of relief because sharks only live in the water. On to the next one. It was clear that the man was fishing and he was hoping to catch something substantial. And there it is. He managed to obtain a crocodile. And not even a little one. The man just paddled so quickly to save himself that he was able to escape. That was truly terrifying. Upcoming next on our list is... Someone please save pandas from pandas who says they are scary. I mean, just look at them. How can you call them a wild animal? And from which angle? They are a living teddy bear with all clumsiness crumbled in them. This must be the cutest video you have seen today. If so, hit the subscribe button for more such videos. Moving on to the next moment. The grizzly bear appears to be scratching his back, but it looks more like he is dancing than anything else. This is one of the funniest things we have ever seen. We simply cannot believe how adorable and amusing it is all at the same time. Who are we to suggest that these creatures are frightening when they are capable of such charming cuteness? To put it another way, have a look at these, seriously. Next on our list is... Even though the lion and lioness came to meet him, this man definitely gives off the impression of being alcoholic. He seems to be kind of talking to the lion, and he also appears to be kind of afraid. This gives us the chills just thinking about it. This man made an attempt to flee the dungeon, and either he got lucky or the lions must not have been hungry at the time. He flung the stone and then raced away, for otherwise they wouldn't have waited for very long. Lucky guy. Next on the list is... The lion and lioness were lounging on the side of the road, and they would not move out of the way of the vehicle. Individuals were waiting in their automobiles, and as soon as the lion and lioness left the path, those people would depart as well. However, both of them were sitting for a considerable amount of time, and one of them was even trying to break the window of the car while the other was frightening the guests. Imagine for a moment that these individuals were riding in an open-air safari jeep. Moving forward, the alligator population in the state of Florida is estimated to number over 1 million individuals. Photos of an alligator that measured 9 feet in length and was missing a significant portion of its upper jaw were published on Facebook. The images demonstrated that the reptile was discovered in the murky water of Florida's Everglades. The photographs showed the lower jaw and teeth of the alligator emerging from the water, but the upper jaw of the animal is not visible at all in any of the shots. The only explanation that makes sense is that the gator got into a fight with either another alligator or a person who is hunting alligators. There is no other possibility. According to Newsweek, alligators frequently engage in violent confrontation with one another over territorial disputes and mating rights, particularly during the season when they are trying to reproduce. Gators are capable of inflicting life-threatening wounds on one another, including the amputation of limbs and gouging out the eyes. It's possible that this alligator lost its jaw in a fight. Unfortunately, this is a rather typical occurrence. Because alligator hunting is permitted in the state of Florida, the media website went on to suggest that the alligator might have been killed by an illegal hunter. Large reptiles have a remarkable capability for self-repair, and they are one of the few vertebrate species that can regenerate damaged limbs. This ability makes them one of the rarest animals capable of living on land. Next we have is... Ace and John went back to see Christian the lion at Cora the following year in 1971. Despite the concerns of a large number of people who stated that it would not be worth their time to do so. These individuals stated that the trip would not be worthwhile for them to take. They were able to record on tape the moving experience of 2 men and a released lion as they joyfully reconnected with one another after being apart for a period of time. This was a very moving experience. They had no idea how Christian would react, and it was possible that getting back together with him would result in some terrible consequences. Ace and John were eventually successful in entering territory controlled by Christians. despite the fact that the journey was a stressful one. George suddenly materialized at the highest point of the hill, which was approximately 100 meters away, and Christian was following closely behind him. Christian halted his approach to the two men who were standing on the slope so that he could give them a long and intense look. After this, he proceeded cautiously down the slope toward them. When the guys could take the tension no longer, they yelled out his name, and Christian ran to them, leaping with happiness into their arms as if he had finally been acknowledged. The guys were unable to take any more of the anticipation. The men had reached their breaking point and were unable to take any more of the strain. Not only was he successful in recognizing the people, but he was also overjoyed to find out that they had been preserved. An incredible reunion in every sense of the word. This is the most wonderful picture that could have been taken. Moving forward, the tsunami from the sky appears to be completely bizarre, and we would not want to be anywhere near the area when it occurs. It appears to be a vertical deluge. Perhaps this is the result obtained when a cyclone and a tsunami are crossed with one another. The natural world is simply astounding. Next we have plane racing, like motorcycle and automobile racing, can be fascinating to watch, and as you might expect, it comes with its share of risks, the majority of which you would expect to take place in the air. Plane racing, like motorcycle and automobile racing, can be fascinating to watch. Participating in a race of a plane similar to racing a motorcycle or a car can be an exciting experience. On the other hand, in this video we see a racer who is having problems with their engine. At the beginning of the video, we can see the pilot attempting to alert the appropriate authorities, but he is unable to do so successfully. A short time later, this results in a circumstance that, in order to believe it, you need to witness it for yourself. When a second plane takes off just a few short seconds after the captain of the first plane begins signaling for assistance, the unconscious pilot is in grave danger of having his head severed. The video makes it abundantly clear that the pilot was only seriously injured to a minor degree as a result of the incident. If this video had not been captured, nobody would have believed it. The next on we have, you don't want to spar with other people, do you? You want to do it with a bear. The training sessions for these two trainers were so dull that they decided to play a game called Wrestle Madness. We have no idea who is going to come out on top of this match, but are these animals found in the wild? Not even close. Next one we have, a whale came dangerously close to swallowing a foreign woman. When a whale breaches the surface of the ocean in front of this woman while she was floating lazily on her surfboard, the woman was just sitting there minding her own business. If she had been leaning to the side just a little bit, the whale would have been able to consume her in its entirety. Moving forward to the next instance. A big bear crashed a picnic that a family was having with their pets while they were on vacation. The family was in another country. But wait, we are quite impressed by the dog's bravery. They didn't bolt until the bear did, which exemplifies how devoted they are to their owners. We award the dogs our highest praise for their actions. On to next one. When he loaded up the maintenance elevator, this worker was simply going about his day as normal as he had been doing all day. After making sure that the brakes are applied properly a second time, he takes one step outside, and suddenly, bam! The cable within the elevator snaps, and everything inside immediately begins to descend toward the basement. It is now time to go out and acquire some lottery tickets. Next we have, can you possibly believe what you're seeing? This guy has two full-grown tigers as pets, and he's giving them milk in a bottle meant for a baby. The tigers are of a size where they could easily consume the flesh of that man. How is this even possible? Next we have, you all must take their pet dogs or cats on a ride at some point, but this woman's pet is a huge bear, and you know what? Even his own seatbelt can be buckled by himself. How can this possibly be true? Moving on to the next one. Because of the dolphins' overly friendly nature, the three of them have become best friends. This has to be one of the sweetest videos you've seen today, if not the best. Do you not wish that you could get along with the dolphins? Moving forward, you don't need a girlfriend because you already have a lioness in your life who can do whatever she wants. When we see this guy interacting with the lioness in such a playful manner, it makes us want to pet and cuddle one too. Last but not the least we have, the joke that this dog attempted to play on the security guard turned out to be a success. What an unbelievable twist these events have taken. This was completely out of the norm, When the dog attempted to cross the street, he appeared to be in a state of paralysis, so the kind and helpful security guard went to assist him. After that, she was a model citizen and calmly made her way across the street like a well-behaved dog. This is simply too funny to ignore. That's all for the video today. Tell us in the comment section if you know of any such incidents, and we will be back with more. Until then, please do like the video and subscribe to our channel.